Denji had successfully killed the Eternity Devil after the 3 day massacre of him just brutally mauling the Eternity Devil until it just presented its core to Denji and said, "Please just finish me off. I can't take this anymore. I just want to die." And Denji, without any hesitation, was like, "Oh!" Sliced him right in half. And now we get to the following chapter, and I actually really like the opening because it was just like you had this first panel, just these shut doors, and then the second was it opening, and everyone just looking so ragged and exhausted. They're just like, God damn it, what? That was horrible. And it was. I'm wondering for them if it was in real time, 'cause they were there for a couple days. So I'm wondering if it was a couple days in real time, or if it was weird time space fuckery because they were in a little pocket dimension that the Eternity Devil made, and they all just seemed so relieved to get out of there. And even within the Eternity Devil, because they thought, okay, we're gonna find either a fragment or the Gun Devil. Obviously, it wasn't going to be the Gun Devil. It would have been ridiculous for him just to be chilling in an apartment. And especially if he was, them rushing in, it would have just been another massacre. The dude would have just ravaged everybody on their team and killed them all. But they end up getting a small fragment. And right after that, when they get outside, Denji just passes out. He's just exhausted, and he just needs to sleep. He's been fighting. He's been fighting for 3 straight days, and now he just wants to sit back, relax, and have a good time. And then we get to a pretty nice thing, because usually between more of serious combative arcs, when you got some big battles, some cool character moments, you have it in between couple one to a few chapters of just fun interaction of characters chatting with each other, some tomfoolery, mostly around comedy or more slice of life stuff. And I actually got that here because now they're pretty much having a welcome party for their new members. Obviously, this was their first group mission out as a team. They got Denji in power, and unfortunately, they're gonna need it because Arai and Kobeni want to quit. They don't want to do this anymore. It's too much for them. And they're just like, we need to not only, welcome the people on our team, but we need to put these guys in a good mood so they don't quit. So we keep them on there. I mean, there's potential with Kobeni, because obviously we know from both twice now they've said that the crazy devil hunters are the ones the devils are actually afraid of because they're so unpredictable, and the devils fear things that they can't understand. And Kobeni just seems like a complete wild card, just a double-edged sword on both sides. Maybe they can hone that and be pretty good. We haven't seen much of Arai. Kobeni obviously just kind of snapped and was ready to kill Denji at the first sign of getting out. Goddamn crazy bitch. But now they're just chilling, hanging out, and they're like, all right, we'll have a group dinner. And they all went out. It was not just them. They had I think one other team. I don't know if it was one other team or two teams. Everyone's just dressed nicely. They're mostly in work attire, and I feel bad because when you see him outside of it, you see Kobeni, and she still looks nervous, but she looks so delightful. She's just in this nice outfit. She's got her hair it's weird down in the front but tied up in the back, and she just looks like she's awkward but at the same time trying to have fun. And everyone else is drinking, having a good time. Power's guarding the food that she decided was all hers. She's gonna keep all it herself. And then they just kind of are having well, you'd expect work conversation, but this is devil hunter work conversation, so it feels natural, but at the same time you think about it and it's kind of sad. They're like, hey, where's your new guys? And they're like, oh, they're dead. Yeah, they didn't cut it out on their first day. And it's a little bit saddening when you think about it. These poor bastards, and you can just imagine your first day on this monster hunting job and you die. That's gonna suck. I actually had a really nice bit when they're trying to talk about their contracts with the devils, different devils, and they're like, we should hide it. It's secretive. You don't know when it could really come out in handy. But Araya actually is also contracted with the Fox Devil, so I'm wondering if multiple contracts will equal up to maybe a different kind of power. Maybe a devil can only take so many contracts depending on how strong it is. Maybe low ones can only take one or two. Meanwhile, really powerful ones. Because the Fox Devil that we saw was definitely pretty powerful. Like, it just came out of like another dimension, bit that Leech Devil like its head right off, and then just kind of like slipped away back into whatever weird dimension it's from. It definitely wasn't. It wasn't anything that we would contend with the other ones we saw up until like the Eternity Devil, but that one it seemed more annoying and persistent than powerful. And we have we got poor old Kobeni again. Interesting character to really go over because she's just so out of place, but you can tell she's trying. She's so nervous, but she has that kind of like status to her character where she wants to get along because you can tell she's super awkward, but she wants to make friends. And even though she wants to make friends, it's hard for her. And I think a lot of people can kind of relate to that. There's actually a really weird realism with Chainsaw Man of like the awkwardness and like the weirdness of some of the characters that you get. Like some of like the really like uglier reaction faces where they're not over the top. They look very, like I said, natural, but at the same time, you've made that reaction face in an awkward situation, and it just it's relatable, and you can kind of like see the emotions on like the faces of like Denji at some of the parts. It's pretty good, but he's in a little bit of a hard spot because he actually reminded Himeno about to take down the Eternity Devil. He got a promise of getting a French kiss from her, and she's like, "All right, yeah, of course I'll honor that, but let me get more drunk." And so I'm not so shy. And not very long later, and she just smashed. And apparently she's super affectionate when she's drunk, which is kind of interesting when you think about it, because obviously that she kind of has this kind of cold, closed off disposition to her personality. From the loss of many of her comrades, and from that she only really seems close with Aki, but she kind of puts on this very happy facade. But we've seen pretty much what it's like in her emotions and her mind from a couple of parts when we study her memories and just her reaction to things, and how like dark her kind of emotional thought process really is in a lot of situations. Because she's just kind of like, she just came out of that mindset of just like everyone around her is just going to die if they get on a team with her. And now things are starting to turn around. But Denji, poor lad, right when he's like, yes, I'm going to get the French kiss this hot chick, he gets in a unfortunate, like straight out of a sitcom situation. Because now we have Makima who shows up to the party, and Denji who is torn between the two because Makima, so the thing about Makima is she's definitely very smart. She's very manipulative. She knows how to work Denji's mind. She has that kind of whole like, when if you've ever gone to a strip club, I know most dudes have fallen prey to that charm when they're just charming you along, but they're just getting your money out. But at the end of the day, they don't give a shit about you. That's kind of like what it feels like. Makima is she's just stringing Denji along, and the only thing she really has any feelings towards him is more like a pet kind of thing, because he's like this, so far what we've known, he's the only one of his kind. Maybe he's really rare, the human devil merged, where the human just pretty much obtains their powers and retains all sanity. It's very strange. And then meanwhile you have him like, of course I'm not gonna kiss another girl, Makima. Why would I do that? And Himeno is just like, you're not gonna make out with me, Denji? And he's like, of course I am. And you can just, again, it's like those old sitcoms where it's like the guy goes on accidentally gets 2 dates to a dance, and then it's one of those classical situations, but it's always interesting because it's just one of those enjoyable tropes. And it's weird because a lot of the time with the main character, and again, Chainsaw Man does not feel like a shonen. It doesn't feel like at least a shonen jump, like a big weekly shonen. And normally a lot of, like, especially early, we're only at chapter 20, the main character really doesn't end up getting any affections towards the girls, because it's usually built up as something over time, something to look at. Are they gonna get with this chick? Are they gonna actually like switch and get with another chick? When are they gonna, when are their emotional and like romantic interests gonna really advance? And a lot of series kind of like drag it out because that's just always something people look forward to. It's just always a small like interesting aspect to put into more of an action adventure series in whatever they may be. And but with Chainsaw Man, it feels more like instead Denji's gonna have multiple choices, but his awkwardness combined with the craziness of the women involved is going to get him into some shenanigans, which again I really like. And I'm wondering how it's going to react because now we have Himeno, who's just is an affectionate drunk, and we know that she likes Aki, and she's clearly got a thing for him. That's undeniable at this point. And Makima, who she again, I don't believe at all that she has any romantic interest in Denji. I think she just likes to treat him as a pet and knows how to manipulate him. So gonna get a couple pretty funny chapters like moving forward, especially like if all the characters end up just getting completely plastered like on top of this awkwardness with all these crazy people who go around hunting monsters every day. So definitely looking forward to that. Like Chainsaw Man, I just have so much fun reading every week. And even these chapters where it's more slice of life stuff in between, the author being so weird and being so not really shonen just makes it have a weirder tone to it. But anyway, tell me in the comments what you think about this. I've been pretty happy. I've seen my Chainsaw Man reviews growing up, getting a little bigger. It's a pretty new series. Usually it's just like the big stuff people come check out on my channel. But Chainsaw Man seems to be doing pretty well, and I'm hoping that you guys are enjoying it too, because I have fun talking about Chainsaw Man. It's just it's action and gore and lots of cool monsters and pretty crazy weird characters, and you never know what you're gonna get. Again, because of the strange author. Other than that, like I said, drop a comment below on what you thought about this chapter and what you think about what's going on in this series. And I'd really appreciate if you would thumbs up the video, befriend the like button and subscribe button, and check out my other videos. But other than that, I appreciate everyone who's already subscribed, and I thank you all for listening. Bye.